All right, I'm hoping that maybe we can make some successful progress on this project today, as in putting the tire back on, because so far everything I've tried to do today has not been successful. So maybe this will be the thing. We're gonna get started right after this. Welcome back. If you haven't seen my videos before, I'm Rusty Oliver Man. We painted this yesterday and it's beautiful. It's nice and dry and solid and a nice glossy hard layer of paint, which is what I like for the inside of rims, because that means it's probably going to last a while. Come on, turn. It's a little colder than yesterday, so everything is I don't know. I'm sure the oil in the tractor is colder than it was. But before we do that, there is something else I want to do to this feller right here. Another thing that's waiting in line. But this is an unplanned purchase, so it's just going to have to wait its turn. But I was able to find on the interweb one of these fellers here. But we don't know that that hole is really, good. That's what I'm worried about. No, see, that may not work like I thought it would. But like I said, nothing today has been successful. So, I mean, why would this just work? Oh man. Well, we may have to do some dismounting and reaming on that hole a little bit. It maybe didn't play exactly nice, but this is supposed to be what they take. I ordered 2 because I assumed we would destroy one. You know, let's throw that in there. Back to this sad sack though. Like I said, today has not been very good. Everything I've tried to do on any project just has not worked. So, I don't know. We gotta get this tire cleaned out, I'm sure. I was gonna say, I thought there was a pile of rusty crusties in there. So I'm probably gonna have to get a rag, because it's next to impossible to get it any other way. Oh, come on, tire. You would think it would be a lot cleaner because it had no tube in it. And I just thought of something kind of important-ish, I bet. Ouch. Man. Yeah, so the thing I thought to myself just now was, since that tire has had plugs put in it, I'm betting I should probably shave those plugs smooth or see if I could pull them out, because that's just going to cause us a problem with our tube. I mean, that's a pretty aggressive thing right there to be rubbing against the tube. So, again, foiled. Nothing can ever be just a simple task. Well, unfortunately, I can't find anything to do what I want to do. I thought I'd use the red pliers, but I can't find them. They kind of go into hiding until there's a job that needs a miracle, then they come out to save the day. Let me go look around here and find something. I don't know if this is gonna work. Man, those are very, very Well, this is not gonna go very handy. Well, we're foiled again, friends. We're gonna get a knife and see if we can shave those off somewhat smooth, and then that's gonna be what we have to do, because I ain't getting it like this. There ain't no pulling them out. They are glued in there permanent. Oh, friends, I found the right tool. It just wasn't what I thought it would be. And the answer was angle grinder. I took an angle grinder in there, and I was able to just hack those suckers right off there, and it's smooth as can be now. So I think we're gonna get her. I really need to, I don't know what there it is. Gonna say, I really need to take my rag again one more time. But we're good to go. We got all of the crusties out, and I think we're ready to put it back on. So hooray for us. Oog. Almost. Almost. There. Awesome. Now we're going to hope that our tube is okay after sitting here on the seat for a month or more. All right, it's coming along. Popped over there now. You can do this however you want to, but I always do the side with the valve stem last, because you need the flex room. Everywhere else on the tire, you need it to be able to pull down into this area, and you can't do that when the valve stem's in the way. So right now we need to get that to jump down in the grooves. There we go. Come on. What's that? A piece of plastic? Yeah. Okay, one more. One more little jump. Perfect. Let's make sure that ring's all the way down. Let's get the air compressor turned on. I guess it's the moral of my story. We have the air compressor hose right here. It was hooked to the jack, but we need to fire it up and then get get our whatchamies, you know what I'm talking about, our pressure gauge and our end for the thing. We need all that stuff. All right. It's gonna take it a while probably to build up. Sure. A lot of times painting it in that way that I do is why you don't have to use soap, because it will just work. I do want to douse these little things though, because we're going to be eventually wanting to try the spin out effect, maybe. I also noticed that for whatever reason, unless I'm totally missing something here, this one does not have a lock on it, and it's already spun like half between. Like, this isn't the way that this should be. So we need to acquire a lock. And the thing is, there's two different types of lock. There's one, and I got to think about this, there's one where the hole is drilled perpendicular to the rail, and I think that there's one that's drilled no matter which way the rail is, it's drilled straight on. But I guess we will assume that this is a factory Oliver version, in which case I have a junk rim up there on the parts 1365. Maybe it has a lock that we can rob. But you see, the issue becomes, like, as the tractor tries to pull, it's just going to keep slipping on here and spinning it all the way out till it hits where it can't go anymore, and it's already spun out too much. Like, this should be like in between two holes, the lock. It shouldn't be covering half of a hole. That doesn't work. One thing at a time though. Let's first get our tire mounted, and then, well, something fell out of the service truck. That's a bunch of malarkey. How's it going? Not so great. Let's stop and re-go, because it didn't do what I wanted. That's partly my problem. Let's turn this. Okay, let's try that. Make sure it's going even all the way around. I tell you, this time of year is terrible for filming, because it's either sun shining right in our eyes or it's too dark outside. So that really sucks, but it is what it is, friends. There we go, that's gonna jump on. Let's have a look at the back side. I think that's good too. It's going. Now let's let the air out again. For real this time. We'll let the air out and air it up, so it can find its happy place. See, the thinking is that the tire will stay up on the bead will stay up on this outer ledge, and then when the air goes out of the tube, it's got plenty of room to untangle itself if it found itself in a bind while it was going together. Not that it would, but you just never know. Now, just for curiosity's sake, whilst we're sitting here, will those move at all? Let's see. I would want to go, if I want to loosen them, then I would want to turn it down. If I want to tighten them, I want to go up, because essentially, right, what you're wanting to do is loosen it. No, I got that wrong. If you'd want to loosen it, I think you'd want to be turning it like you were tightening it, because you'd be drawing it together. Because what this is just a plunger on the end of a threaded shaft that is connected to that. I don't know. We'll figure it out. It's been a while, but it'll work. Let's see what we got. Quite honestly, that's probably good. Let's call it there. I think that's probably good. All right, let's make bad decisions. Let's heat up these nuts and see if we can get the spin outs to break free. If not, we'll have to take them all off sometime and totally go through them. We should probably do that anyway, but it would be easier to have them broke loose when they're on here, and then we can always take them apart one at a time and make that work. Foolishness, right? Foolishness to do this after mounting the new tire, or the tire. It's working. Let's try this one. All right, I got two of them moving, so that's good. But we should probably, like I said, it really would be better if we just take those off one at a time or all at a time and start over. Clean them up real good. But for now, it would be awesome if we could get them broke loose, because it'll be easier to take them apart or get them off of there if we do the thing, you know. If we have them already broke loose, then getting them off of here totally won't be as much difficult, if you know what I'm saying. I really don't have time to do this, but I feel like I want to, and then we'll go from there. I mean, that one is really good. This one that I did first, it's kind of good. Maybe it's better now that it's cooled a little bit, but two more to go. I tell you, friends, this Zep is magical stuff. I mean, that stuff broke those loose without heat. I mean, that one surprised me so much. It was so loose that, that's pretty cool. All right, let's see if we want to spin this in a little bit before we set it down. Normally you would make the tractor do this, but I want it as narrow as possible for what we're going to be doing with it. See, it's going to want to, that we're getting in the neighborhood there, because if we put our lock here, right, then it's going to want to push this. It's going to want to push against that lock. That narrowed it up quite a bit. But then it's more in line with what we wanted. I don't know that we want to go well, I'd have to think about that. I think that's about as far in as a guy would want to go. I don't think you want to go like you wouldn't want the lock or this in there. I mean, I guess we could, but I'm also looking at this to, I don't recall one having 2 rails with holes. Usually they only have 1 rail with holes. So that's kind of interesting. I mean, we could go in a little bit more yet, but I'm not real concerned on that. But these are working great now. I mean, let's go up to the parts tractor and see if we have a stop that's gonna work for us. It looks to me like, ooh, no, well, that hole looks like it's straight through no matter what. So I guess this is the style that's, the hole is not, unless that's what somebody did. This one looks like these holes are perpendicular to the rail no matter where they are, and this set looks like they're at an angle. Almost like it's got one of each, so you can pick and choose. But let's go see if we can get that lock off of that other one, if it's got one. Of course, it would be sitting on the thing. Okay, this one's got 2 locks, but I don't think I'm gonna get them off of here without some serious heat. Let's put you there. You probably can't see what we're doing, but this poor parts tractor, I wanted to haul it out to the woods, but I never got that far. I'm just curious though about those rails. Yeah, this one's only got one rail with holes. It's got both locks on it yet though, so that's good. Uh-oh. I don't think we're gonna get it. Ooh, what? Oh, that one's junk. I don't think this is gonna happen today, friend. I mean, we could pick this up and try to take the rim off and take it with us, but quite honestly, is it worth it? That one of them, the bolt is, that far one, the bolt is junk. So it wouldn't be usable anyway. We'd have to get a different bolt. This one closest to us, it would probably work if we could get it unstuck. The way they're made is there's threads in this piece here, just on the head of the bolt, and then the other thing is just a pin that goes through there. So, I don't know. I'm having trouble getting her to go though, so without a bunch of heat, I don't think that's gonna happen. I'm just not getting anywhere. I mean, we ain't budged it a lick. So that sucks. But you can see how your stop would fit between your 2 locks. Or at the very least, you'd want your lock, if you only had one, where it was pulling against, because I doubt you'd break it loose in reverse. You know, you'd have it while you were plowing or something, that you'd spin it out. All right. We'll have to do some stuff. I looked online and I thought you could get them new, but apparently not. Or I'm not looking in the right place today. But I do have several of them on wheels I can get off. but I need to do heat to get them appropriately off of there so that we don't destroy them. So that's something. Now we need to tighten these back up, and we need to do it where they're somewhat even. Otherwise you get that hop, you know. So I'm trying to see what I got here. Oh, the donkey trumpeting. All right. Yeah, this one needs a lot more. So I don't know, it's a matter of subject, or I don't know how you want to put that. It's a matter of your own judgment of what looks even, you know. It was kind of nice. Some of the tractors just had quarter turn locks. That was kind of idiot proof, but yeah. Anywho's, I think this wheel's done. We got it cleaned, painted, a tube put in, we got it spun in where it needs to be, which narrowed it up, and then it's about in line with the front, so that's cool. Let's put it down on all fours, or 3.5 if the front one's flat. All right, there we have it. Now, the next conundrum is what to do about this side. I bought the tube we just used. I originally bought it for this side with the thinking I was going to take it off and flip it around and make it the right way. And the more I look at it, I wonder if I don't want to just do that anyway, because it's getting kind of rotten looking here, and maybe if we clean this up, maybe we can save it one more time without a lot of major reconstructive work. The second reason I would think or consider to do such a thing would be that if I were just to flip the center like I talked about doing, and then essentially the rim would be the right way. The problem I will run into is, that will bother me and only me and no one else, is that then the valve stem for that wheel will be on the inside and the valve stem for this one will be on the outside, and I kind of want them to match, you know. Plus the fact that I'm saying this ain't gonna be very nice when we take that off of there. It's gonna be crusty, rusty. Maybe this side has fluid in it yet. That stem definitely looks not very good. So I'm thinking that maybe that's what's going to happen here, and we'll just go ahead and bite the bullet and do the thing, you know, because then we would have us two definitely good back tire mountings, and they would both be mounted this correct way. I don't know. I mean, I know people are going to say that's dumb, but I kind of feel like it's my tractor. I'll do what I want. But I don't know. I mean, I know people will have 100 different opinions about it, but I think that that's what I want. I can't believe those are even loose. Those are usually stuck. Is this one stuck? Yep, that one's stuck. But yeah, I mean, we got all the stuff right here. All we got to do is order another tube, and then we'd be in business. The only other question is, do I want to firstly do the front wheel, or do I want to do them both at the same time so that I don't have to waste paint? That's probably what I'll do. I think we'll jack this up with what we got here I think we can work right where the tractor's sitting. We'll have to move some crap out of our way, but that's okay. But if we do that, then I think we're going to be happier with our end result. And then that way, whenever it's time, friends, to finally get to use it for something, you know, when we get our clutch fixed, then we'll be able to, yeah, I have to shield the sun so you don't get it. But then we'll finally be able to have exactly what we want right out of the box, instead of then do the clutch and then have to do all this anyway. So, yeah. We need to get that up though, because that's a nice tire and we don't want it ruined. But we got all of this crap piled all around it all the time. Every time I move something, something else becomes a flat surface. And it just spirals out of control till you just got a whole pile of crap. Alright, I texted my friend who sells tires, and hopefully he's going to order us another tube for the back on that side. Or on this side, I should say. Let's tackle this though, because I do have a tube for it. We'll see if maybe it's clean enough in there that a guy can just overlook it, you know, and just put a tube in and go. But we got to get it apart to see. All right. See, it was only flat on the bottom. So, I don't know why we were so worried about it. Maybe. Oh. It's pretty crusty. I don't know why I'm surprised. Alright. I gotta do the back side. Hopefully we can get to it somehow. Alright, we got to make the most of our sunshine, because I think it's going to rain every day this week. So we gotta get the most out of our last good day for a while. Of course. We are struggling. You should know that by now. Let's go. There we go. Now we got the correct one available for use. It's not wanting to... These narrow tires like this, it's hard to make sure that they're really in the center groove of the rim. And that's what our problem is. There. Come on. There we go. I mean, whoever did this stuff, there's no way that this would work as a tubeless. No way. The rim is too dirty. Come on. Oh boy. There we go. There. Oh, that's nasty. That is nasty inside that tire. Yuck. Wheel bearing feels good though. Yeah, this ain't gonna fly, friends. Not at all. We gotta clean that up. That tire's horrendous inside. I don't know what happened. It must have sat flat in some nasties somewhere, and then that ended up in the tire, but that's gonna need attention. So yeah, I guess I wonder if it would just sit here like this nicely. I doubt it. Why would it? Because it would really make sense for me to do both wheels at the same time, so that it does it, you know what I mean? So I'm not wasting paintbrushes and stuff. Although I could use the one that I cleaned and then just say that is what it is, but I don't know. I'm kind of running out of steam here at night, and so I don't want to start a bunch of stuff I can't finish, you know. I also don't know if, well, I don't want it to fall off and then cause us more trouble. Let's see if we can switch our blocks over here and have it ready to go, because what's going to happen then is we're going to try to let the air out of it and break the bead on the outside, then flip the whole wheel around, and then you know what I mean. I'm gonna kill two stones with one bird, or whatever the saying is. Oh. Yeah, it's gonna want to roll backwards on us, probably. So we should probably do something about that thing, like blocking in front and back of the wheel or something. Put it in gear, but then we can't turn the wheel. Let's just see what happens. This tractor, I just kind of shoved it out of the way, and I didn't realize I shoved it on a trash pile that I meant to pick up later, and then it grew up in grass. Sure, it really should go up a little bit more. That'll be enough to throw it off on the front. There we go. All right. Let's see how bad this is going to make a mess, because I'm sure it's going to make a mess. Oh, that actually broke loose. It's bound to have fluid in it, isn't it? Because of how rusty it is. Yep. Okay, we'll have to do something to deal with that. I'll rig something up here to take care of it. And yeah, I'll bring you back when we're ready to do something different. All right, well, we opened up a can of worms. As if we get here, you can see daylight through the rim. Maybe not very good because the sun's shining in your face, but trust me, it's there. See, there we can see it. Let's shove that out of the way. So we will need to be patching this rim. So we'll get us a piece cut out of something else and make her go. I'm afraid it's a little too big to just do a washer. I mean, basically what I'll do is I'll patch that hole shut, and then I'll pick a different place on it, like over here, and I'll flatten out an area, and then I'll drill a new hole for a rim or for a valve stem there, and then that'll be like a new one, you know. This rim's pretty sad. It's been cobbled on. It looks like somebody's painted it already gloss black or flat black or something, and it's peeled off. So this wheel's coming all apart, unfortunately, but it needs to be done at some point. We might as well do it now. So there's really no hurry, I guess, on that project. I guess it'd be nice to get the tire off the rim and get it apart, but probably not anymore tonight. I'm about wore out. So we'll see how much footage this is. This might be a video in itself. If it's not, I'll have to throw some more with it. But as always, friends, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.